Many men have tried to make relationships work with older ex-exes only to get disappointed, have their marriage torn apart, or have their kids snatched away from them in the name of love. Countless men have tried to make a relationship and eventually a marriage work with an older woman, and they have nothing to show for it other than a divorce, alimony, and child support. But still, men will come in the comment section of videos like these and tell us to try again and choose the right one this time and flat out ignore the reality of the situation. The reality is that dating older women is not worth it, and chances are men will get screwed on the back end messing with older ex-exes. How many stories of men who got effed over by their wives have we gone over on this channel so far? I lost count, but I have seen enough concrete evidence to make the conscious decision to abandon ship as it relates to dating and being in a relationship with older women. If you guys don't want to accept that older ex-exes are not to be messed with, then whatever happens to you is your fault, and you need to take responsibility and accountability for whatever happens to you. I honestly don't get why men of means or regular guys that are capable of supporting themselves would lower their standards and date an ex-ex who is a reject that nobody wants to take seriously. I can't see what you guys call a win when you finally get the woman that put you on the back burner and prioritized having fun on the CC until she ran out of men who would be willing to marry her, then she chose you. How is that a win to know that nobody else was stupid enough to take that deal, but here you come with your cape, ready to save her from a life of poverty, loneliness, and her poor life choices? I'm trying to think logically about the decisions that you men make and to see a benefit, but I cannot see why you guys would rush a woman in her 30s, 40s, or 50s down the aisle thinking you're winning. You guys are literally getting those women when they are starting to lose their looks, their body's firmness and tightness are going away, they can't get pregnant easily, and they've spent over a decade making dumb decisions and abusing their peace sleeve. How on earth do you guys rationalize dating an ex-ex with those qualities as a good deal? I am disappointed in today's men because you guys are so thirsty for peace sleeve and the validation of women that you're willing to take the worst of the worst so that you have a warm hole that everybody already got, temporarily to yourself. At the end of the day, you can take a woman out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the woman. So don't think that just because you committed or married an older woman means you'll be the last man digging out her guts, because, trust me, you won't be. Women cheat at the same rate as men, if not more. So while they won't get a man to marry them, they'll have men in her orbit that will be piping them down when their peace sleeve starts itching, so always remember that whether or not you're dating an older woman or not. Then the next thing you guys do is line up to be step dummies and prevent the biological father from doing his job, or you volunteer to be the cleanup man and parent her bad breed kids. And men do all this ish so that they can get access to some wet vice grip. Under any other circumstance, you would never even think of raising another man's seed, let alone make it difficult for him to be in his kid's life. But all it takes is for you to slide inside of some juicy and tight wet vice grip, and you're willing to risk it all. Come on, gents, this is what I see you guys doing, and I don't know what to say any more than you're dumb. We can't just keep women accountable and act as though they need to change if we take a raw deal and put ourselves in prime position to be taken advantage of and used. Nobody is holding a gun to our heads and forcing us to be with an older woman. That's the decision we have control over, and I'm here to tell you do not do it, and it is not worth it. On the flip side, dating younger women isn't worth it either, and that's the sad part of living in the West. Even the young women are ruined by the time they're in college with the amount of hard salami they are getting and the fact that they are not looking to settle down with a man and build together. Everybody is competing for the top-tier rich guys, and most of them are not looking at normal, hardworking, good men as a viable option anymore. These women want to come into your life and offer the bare minimum but expect the best treatment and have access to all your money without putting any skin in the game. This is what you're getting today as a modern man in the West. You either get entitled and delusional older women who think they are doing you a favor by committing to you. They have ulterior motives to take everything you worked so hard for, or you get young women who don't want to put in the work or be in a fully committed relationship with you, and they want to have their cake and eat it too. None of those options seems like a good deal to me, if I'm being frank, so I cannot act like going to younger women is the solution, because it's not. For the guys who want relationships and decide to go to older women, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with your decision. I'm not here to police anyone's digging stick or tell you who to put your outside into. That's not what I'm trying to say in this video, so understand that. I'm saying you're taking a bad deal if you're dating older women. Even if she's rich and takes care of you, long term it will be an L. Because she has little to no value to offer you long term, and the mere fact that she's old and single means she either wasted her time on the CC or didn't prioritize finding a mate at her best, which could mean you are dealing with the womanist. Both scenarios are not what you want to have to deal with long term, and at best, you'll have a couple of good years before she enters menopause and sex becomes something she no longer wants to do as much. You'll have to watch as her body and health deteriorate by the day, and you'll have to support her financially because she'll likely be broke, and you'll be stuck with a nagging and complaining woman. Those are surface level stuff you'll have to deal with, and none of those sounds like a win to me. You guys need to think long term and not with your digging stick when selecting a partner, because it's the most important thing men will do in their entire lifetime. All it takes is just one woman to F up your life and put you at rock bottom or in a pine box. So if you guys think that dating older women will be in your best favor, then go ahead and flip a coin. You have a 50-50 chance of it working out or failing, but when it fails, the big question is, can you handle the consequences that come with a failed relationship and marriage? If you can, and have no problem paying for child support, spousal support, and dicing up your assets, then go ahead and date older women. Statistically, you are going to get divorced, so if you anticipate it happening and you can pay for it and be emotionally detached from the split of your family, then do what you gotta do. However, if you can't handle or pay for your woman to leave you, then do not put yourself in the position to get used and abused. How hard is it for you guys to understand? I honestly don't feel sorry for men anymore when they make dumb decisions based on their lust without acknowledging what they have to lose when their plan fails. So what is the solution? Well, it's complicated because, as I previously stated, even if you decide to date younger women, you're not getting quality either. Many younger women are selling themselves and living their best lives right now, so they're not wife material. The next best thing is to stay single and get a subscription girlfriend every now and then to get the stupid juice out of your system. Most men don't want a relationship, they just want to bust a nut, and they're using a relationship to get access to segs, which is dumb because, over time, you get fewer segs from your woman in the relationship. And you don't have to be in a relationship anymore to get a girl to ride your hard stiff pipe. You only need a couple $100 and you can get that release whenever you want. There are plenty of sugar daddy sites you can check out, and always put safety first. I don't want any of you to end up 6 feet under or with an itchy scratchy, so wear the rubber and always have your guard up, and don't just invite these people to your house unless you have known them for a long time and you're sure it's safe. And remember, you're not buying peace sleeve. You're forming a relationship where after you guys hook up, you pay her to leave and sever the relationship. I don't advise anyone to go the prostitution route because that's illegal, and we don't endorse anything illegal over here. Don't trust anybody, and always vet these women to ensure she's not crazy or willing to set you up to get robbed or deleted. Gents, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers on my channel. I only need 10 more of you guys to go and subscribe. So I'll link the channel in the description and pinned in the comment section so you guys can show me some support and subscribe to achieve our goal of 1,000 subscribers before December. I appreciate all of you. I will repeat this: if you go the subscription girlfriend route, do not bring any strangers to your home. Always vet first and have your guard up. If you are going to meet them, do it in public, and if they qualify, then bring them to a hotel and ensure you're not being followed or set up to get deleted or robbed. Again, I will say this one more time because I know many of you think with your salami. Do not, and when I say do not, I mean do not lower your guard and invite strangers to your home or deal with anyone who gives off the vibe like she would rob or set you up. All interactions must be in public before you even think of pushing any insides to the esophagus. Don't trust anybody and protect yourselves at all times. Do I need to repeat this for the ninjas in the back of the classroom? I want everybody to take this part seriously and put their safety first, because you never know who you'll find on these sites. As I always say, desperate people are dangerous people, so keep your guard up and don't trust any woman over on the Soul Society. I hope I made it abundantly clear to everyone. And don't fall in love with any of these women either. Some of you sucker for love ninjas are out here falling head over heels for women selling their souls. If dumb were a person, it would be those men, so make sure you don't end up that down bad. The next advice I would have given was to go overseas, but I know how dangerous those women can be, and the fact that you'll only be able to travel once or twice per year, I won't recommend that as an option. You first world country ninjas think you know women in third world countries, but you guys had no idea how they manipulate, so I'll caution you guys against that. Most of them are blood-sucking vampires who sleep with multiple foreigners for money, and when you're gone, they'll just get pounded out by the next foreigner, so keep that in mind. Will they treat you better? Yeah, but because I grew up in one of these countries, I know for a fact that they're just as bad as the women in first world countries. So I won't tell any of you to wife up these women, but the choice is yours to make. Flip a coin and see what happens if you don't want to take my advice. Just don't bring them to your country. With that said, don't date older or younger women, stay single. That is my advice. Take it or leave it, but don't come crying to me when you get finessed and used. That's all I have to say. On the screen is our Season 10 RP videos that people have loved so far, so click the video on the screen right now to get this information.